Alright guys, Rich here from the RC Network, and welcome to another episode of Tool Tuesday. Now every Tuesday we go over different RC tools that we may find in a shop, studio, or wherever that you happen to run your RC vehicles. Now with that, this episode we're going to be going over non-RC related tools, and I just kind of went through my pit bag and pulled out everything that wasn't kind of immediately related to an RC vehicle. So it definitely wasn't anything that you can go into a hobby shop or any of the online RC related hobby shops to purchase. So these are all things that I picked up at a local hardware store. You probably can guess which one it was, but anyways, these are some things I pulled out of my pit bag that I kind of carry with me depending on where I'm going at all times. So with that, let's go one by one through each one, and I'll tell you why I carry it and the purpose for it. Now the very first one here, I always carry some sort of pocket knife or folding knife with me. This one's a little bit overkill. This is a Spyderco Gale Bradley, nice little folder here. This a little bit overkill for RC, but I always carry some sort of knife with me. I don't like to use X-Acto knives for cutting open just medial tasks. I like to keep them kind of sharp and ready for action. So that's what I carry typically in my pit bag, but I always carry a knife on me no matter what. Next thing here, this is just a small file. I keep this one. This one has, I believe, a fine side and a sharper side. Whenever you have to get down and dirty, maybe you file down a bolt that is just too long, or whatever the case may be, it's always nice to have a modification tool on hand at all times. Next thing, this is a just good set of kind of channel locks. These are made by Nipex, good German brand, and these things are nice because they have kind of like a locking feature here, and then just super adjustable. I mean, I can get up to about a 2-inch grab on that if I need to. If you need to pop in a ball end or whatever the case may be, these are just kind of nice to have, on hand. Next thing, a good set of needle nose pliers. I use these a lot for soldering. They're super heavyweight, and they'll hold a wire down so I can solder or pre-tin or whatever I'm doing. These things are super nice. Greenlee, I believe, is the brand of these things, but pretty much any brand out there is decent. And definitely the needle nose feature here is good for holding that 5mm nut to tighten down a screw onto. So very nice. Now the next set, this was kind of like a set that I purchased from Greenlee, both this one and the needle nose. This is just basically a wire stripper. Definitely use these for when I'm soldering. Goes up to 12 or actually 10 gauge right there. So pretty solid for 90% of my soldering needs. And it's just a second set of pliers as well. Has a nice little tip up there, and super nice. So these things cut like butter, which I really definitely like. Now it's always nice to have an array of different size screwdrivers. This is just a number 3, I believe, Phillips screwdriver. Pretty much anything you have in your shop will work. I just use this one because it's about the size of some of the stuff like servo horns or things like that may still use a Phillips screwdriver. That's always good to have a good flathead screwdriver just for prying and whatnot that you may have to do. This is just a 1/4-inch screwdriver, so pretty decent and pretty minimalistic as well. Now the next thing here, this is just a 1/4-inch drive handle. Now I've used this for several things. This one actually comes with a bunch of bits in the end here that you could probably use if you wanted to, but what I really use this thing for is for some of my speed bits that I picked up from MIP and various other ones. This thing will just go inside here, then you're locked and loaded, ready to go. You have an extra 2.5mm handle for some of the speed bits. So sometimes every once in a while you'll have that 2mm to 2mm and you have to untighten. This will work. So anyways, just a cool little handle to have laying around. I do have a micro screwdriver. This one is also by Cobalt. Has various tips in the end here of different sized ones. You can kind of see right there. Both flathead and Phillips. And I just leave the largest size in there so you can pretty much flip it back and forth. And just nice to have a little micro screwdriver just in case of something. Now the last little non-RC related tool I have in here is a 5.5mm wrench. Pick this up, very inexpensive, and this will get into areas where maybe your nut driver can't fit all the way into. This will get you at least it started to where you can back it out. So very nice to have this. kind of handy. And then I've had various other uses for this, turnbuckles and whatnot too. So anyways, guys, that is my non-RC related tool array of things. Hopefully you guys may need this. Maybe you can throw that in your pit bag. Maybe you already have it in your shop and didn't think about it. So, well, guys, comments, questions on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.